Or are we just going to go to the grocery store and demand from Walmart that they, by golly, find us some orange juice? I mean, where we're headed right now really requires all of us to think more deeply about who we are, what we want to protect, what our role is in that protection as a consumer, as a policymaker, as a scientist, as an educator, I don't care. And really, we're moving into spaces where we're going to have to make decisions that maybe even our grandparents and great-grandparents didn't have to make, right? And we're going to have to understand the science. We're going to have to understand the science of citrus greening and how it impacts the entire orange juice market. And we're going to have to set aside these ideas that we can go around and pin blame. I'm a lawyer. I love to pin blame. I know how to do that. And my problem is it doesn't get us anywhere. Right? It gets us nowhere. All we do is go like this, and nobody ever solves the problem or tries to get out in front. And my personal opinion is that given the policy environment in DC right now, we're all going to have to, as citizens, get control of ourselves. Right? And we're going to have to insist upon practical solutions to the problems that are coming and the problems that are already here. And I know I'm literally all over the map, maybe. I've got too much experience in a lot of sub-areas in this whole portfolio of food and agriculture that I could actually talk at length about any of them. I'm just trying to tell you what I just came from. I just came from a discussion about the Farm Bill. This next Farm Bill is probably the most important Farm Bill we've ever seen since Farm Bills began. Why? Because there are voices in DC and around the country that want to split the Farm Bill apart. They want to put nutrition programs over here and block grant to the states, and they want to leave all the farm programs over here, which include NRCS, anything climate, anything research, anything economic, all of it over here. And I'm here to tell you that if we do that, we will never have a Farm Bill again, nor will we ever have a nutrition program again. Please don't go there. If you go there, you will regret it. Because those things were put together back in the 70s, because even back in the 70s, nobody on either side of those issues could get enough votes to pass anything. What does that mean? That means that all of our feeding programs are going to be at risk. All of them. Not just SNAP or school lunch or whatever you want to pick on today. All of them. And half of all children in the U.S. cannot be fed except for those feeding programs. That's not just in any country, that's everywhere. So are we really going to let our children not be fed? Really? And here, on the farm side, on the food, farm, ranching side, there is no way I would be a farmer or rancher or food business right now without managing my risk at the most intricate level possible. That's all you do, Chris, is figure out how to manage Qualpaw's risk in these spaces. And if we tear apart farm subsidies, crop insurance, marketing programs, research programs, export, if we tear that apart and we let that just, somebody will take care of it, here's what we're going to have. We're going to have exacerbated concentration within our food industry, and it's going to be ugly. Those, if I were a farmer, I would insist upon those. We have tribes all over the U.S. that depend on crop insurance, farm subsidy program payments, and marketing orders, and all sorts of things to make sure that their farms are stable so that they can react to risk. You may not like those programs personally, but some other tribe depends on those programs. So my takeaway when I talk to tribal leadership is if you believe in self-governance, then you believe in my right as a Chickasaw to vote with my people about what we're going to do to respond to ag and food needs. And you also believe that Chris and John Barry can make those decisions for their people. If you really believe in self-governance, then I'm not going to sit here in Arkansas at a university and tell every tribe what for. If you believe in self-governance, then you believe that you can do this. And that you know your people and your places better than I do. Right? So I know you have a question, Mike. Get in here.
Have your question.
Chris, no, I can go off for days.
Yeah, you touched on it there when you talked about Congress is trying to split the farm bill. And so my question is about the environmental impact of reducing some of the environmental protections that are in place. How's it going to affect our modern day farmer, and how's it going to affect startups? Let's talk about the quapaws and things. They're beginning to show progress. Other tribes are seeing that and want to do the same. But when you start lessening environmental regulations, our water is the main thing for all of these. So what is it we can do as individuals and or tribal leaders?
Look, here's what I hear. We're going to be so much stronger in this if we help each other. Pawnee has Monty. I don't have Monty. Chickasaw has April. I mean, you name all of the people who you know who work for tribes and who have expertise, bar none. I mean, look at John and Chris and all the Quapaw folks and how much expertise they have already in so many spaces. And not only that, but expertise in handling Superfund site issues, environmental mitigation. I mean, I just believe if we try to all kind of stand up our own infrastructure separately, and by golly, we're just going to do it by ourselves, then we are destined to a mess. Because none of us can do it by ourselves. We need each other very much right now. And I'll tell you, my good friend HL is across the way right now, right? And every time somebody says to me, well, let's just do away with crop insurance, and let's do away with farm subsidies, and let's do away with blah, 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 blah. Every time that happens, I think he's also like done struck out, really. He's an ag economist. He's done it for 40 years. He's helped other countries stand up their agriculture. And he has told me many times, if we rip all that away, then we are looking at a food infrastructure that will go back to pre-World War I and II and the Great Depression. In terms of insecurity, in terms of when we're going to access food. Back then, farmers could not put it in the ground and get it back out because they had no financial support whatsoever, either locally, regionally, state level, or federal. There were no programs that helped them actually get that done, right? What few pieces of the puzzle that we that we have that help startups and beginning farmers and ranchers and tribes are going to go away. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that means our demise. It does not. It means that we have to work together and we have to have a solid plan. We have to have a full assessment of all of the pieces of our puzzle, our land, our soil, our water systems, our hydrology, our chemicals presence in the land. I mean, we've got to do a full-scale analysis. Some tribes have that, some don't. I mean, we're spotty at best around that, those issues. But that's the foundation upon which you build food systems. Kyle, hi.
Kyle's knows, by
But
the way.
it's that. I mean, why? You can't just say, I don't want to do traditional foods. You have to dig deep into that onion, don't you, Dad? You have to just you got to know where you stand. All right? Yes, sir.
So you talked about the SNAP program. I know obviously, 80% of the farm bill is comprised of the nutrition side of things. In your opinion, do you think we should put any more limitations or restrictions on SNAP use as far as the sugary sweetened beverages? So one class that I'm actually in right now at OSU is ag policy.
Right.
And we've been talking a lot about the farm bill. We've actually done several skies with Mark Fisher, the chief economist for the House Ag Committee. And actually, I'm leaving for DC at 3 o'clock in the morning, and we'll be there for 4 days, getting to talk to Mark Fisher and other members of the House Ag Committee. So the SNAP program obviously is what they talk about a lot. Do you think that there could be any limitations or restrictions on SNAP use, and how that relates to a lot of people that are on the SNAP program as far as the health of those individuals? I know a lot of people that are on the program, a good majority of the SNAP money is used towards sugar-sweetened beverages and other foods of that nature. Do you think we could put limitations or restrictions, or you think maybe do other incentive programs to deter people from buying those products? What are your thoughts on
For any people? Or for all
that?
people?
For all people.
Okay. That's a different question. I was actually in DC earlier this week, and I got an email request for my opinion about just this issue, but it was from an Arizona congressional person. And they were saying, if we put work restrictions on SNAP recipients, what's that going to do to somebody who lives on Navajo and there's no jobs? And my response to them was, you're going to kill a lot of people. Because if you put those job requirements on people who receive feeding programs, that there are no jobs in their community, then what have you relegated them to? And I will tell you what happened in the government shutdown of 2010, and when we lost the ERA funding, the stimulus after the 2008 crash. Those ERA allowed